The truth.
What's up, YouTube? We're back again with new news for both TCG and OCG for Yu-Gi-Oh content for this past week, which is like a weekly roundup again. So we're just gonna go straight into it because we have a lot of news this time. So first of all, for Structure Deck R Lost Sanctuary, the new update to Lost Sanctuary Structure Deck, we have 3 new cards that have been announced, and also some of the reprints have been announced for the deck. So we're going to go straight into it. So the first card that's been announced, we have Master Flare Hyperion. It's a level 10 light fairy type synchro, attack, defense 3200, 2600. It's a 1 tuner, 1 non-tuner fairy monster for synchro summoning. Its effect's pretty good. It's, you can send 1 ancient monster or 1 monster that specifically lists the Sanctuary in the Sky in its text from your hand, deck, or extra deck to the graveyard, and then until the end phase. This card's name becomes the sent monster's original name and replaces effect with that monster's original effect. When your opponent activates a card or effect, quick effect, banish 1 fairy monster from your hand or graveyard, then target 1 card on the field, banish it. I thought this was pretty good, because, especially that quick effect, because it doesn't specifically say to target the card that you're negating, it says just target 1 card on the field. So you can negate that monster's effect, and then just target another card on their field that's problematic to you, and then just banish that instead. So I thought that was pretty good. On top of that, the fact that you're able to copy any agent monster's effect and name just kind of open up a couple different plays for this deck. So I thought that was really, really cool. Next we have is a new Dark Hyperion called Majesty Hyperion. It's different. It's cool because unlike the light version of it, which is Master Hyperion, this is dark, and on top of it, its attack and defense is also swapped. So it's attack 2100, defense 2700. So what this card does is you can special summon this card from your hand or graveyard by banishing 1 ancient monster from your hand, field, or graveyard. Pretty good, just like Master Hyperion. You can only special summon Majesty Hyperion once per turn this way. All battle damage you take from battles involving your fairy monsters is also inflicted to your opponent. So it's kind of like Ring of Destruction for all of your fairy monsters in your field, not just this card. So it's like, let's say you can attack into your opponent, take the battle damage your opponent takes the exact same amount. Pretty good. Once per turn, you can banish 1 fairy monster from your hand or graveyard, then target 1 card in either graveyard, banish it. If Sanctuary of the Sky is on the field or the graveyard, or in the graveyard, you can use this effect up to twice per turn. Pretty good. Pretty good because there's also effects in the grave, and that's also how Master Hyperion also works. So I thought this was a solid card. Easily can put in the deck. And then I think one of the best new agents that we have right now, or the best agents in general, the Agent of Life, Neptune. You can discard this card, special summon 1 agent monster from your hand or graveyard, except for Neptune, but it cannot be tributed until the end of your opponent's turn. If the Sacred Sky is on the field or in the graveyard, you could just special summon a Hyperion monster instead, which means you can get out 2 of the Dark Hyperions technically because they're special summoned different ways. If this card's banished, you can add 1 Sanctuary Sky from your deck to the hand. You can only use this effect once per turn. Each effect once per turn. So essentially, what you can also do is you can combo off by searching Sanctuary Sky by banishing this card, summon out your Master Hyperion or Majesty Hyperion, and then that triggers the effect of searching for the Sanctuary Skies that allows you to use your Hyperion's effects up to twice per turn. I think this is a solid card for the deck. I think the deck really needs it, especially to be competitive in this format. And then finally for the reprints, we have Master Hyperion reprint, the Agent of Judgment Saturn, Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, Uranus, and then double Mystical Shine Balls pre-standard, and also we're getting Venus and Earth reprint. And then finally we're also getting Sanctuary of the Sky, because it's really needed for this deck, and also Cards from the Sky. Solid reprints. Again, that's only like not even half the deck announced, so I'm very interested to see what other cards the OCG will be getting for the structure deck, and if we'll be getting the structure deck. But I'm not holding my breath for it, because our structure deck R's have not really been coming through for us, especially the latter half. The first half we got, but the latter half we've been getting in sets.
Yeah, most of the time we were reading as imported in like side sets, so don't keep your hopes up too much for the TCG side. We might not get it as an actual structure deck, but
Yeah.
we can still buy the OCG versions, so there's that.
Yeah. And then next we have V-Jump promos. So this what you're looking at right now is the next V-Jump promo coming up for September, which is Outburst Dragon. Unfortunately, we don't know how the attack, defense, or anything like that, or the effects, but we do know this is just a new Rocket Dragon, a new Rocket Support Dragon. You can see based on the artwork here, and my God, it just this I love this artwork. This looks really cool.
It looks really cool.
Yeah. So we're getting this in September, which means I think August or July this comes out, because they're typically like 1 or 2 months ahead in terms of their magazines that get released in Japan. So, yeah. And then we also have the V-Jump Fall bonus for subscriptions. For people who have been subscribing for V-Jump, they get subscription bonuses like once every few months. And in this case, they're getting 3 cards, and that is Motor Shell. If this card is set for the field of graveyard, special summon 1 engine token in attack position. You can only use the effect of Motor Shell once per turn. Decent card, decent token generation card for Lynx. Then you have Larage, the God of Archery. When this card is normal summon, you can make this card gain 100 attack for each different monster type in your graveyard until the end of this turn. You can target 1 other face-up monster in the field. This card cannot attack for the rest of the turn. Also, that monster loses defense equal to this card's attack. Then, if this defense is reduced to 0 as a result, just destroy it. You can only use this card's effect once per turn. Decent. I don't see this card being used in deck. It's just a really cool collector card. And then you finally have Puppet Queen. When your opponent adds a monster from the deck to the hand, except by drawing it, you could special summon this card from your hand. If this card's drawn more special summon, you could special summon 1 level 7 Earth Warrior monster from your hand or graveyard. And if it's Puppet King, all Earth Warrior monsters you control gain 1,000 attacks until the end of the next turn. You can only use this effect once per turn. Decent card if you're trying to run a Puppet deck, I guess, or an Earth Warrior deck. Other than that, it's just a niche card, and it's also mainly just there for collectors, like half the V-Jump cards are really. And then next,
if you're making a old style deck, it might be just a collector item.
Yeah, not like GOAT format style, but like that mid-range style, like when you're like not playing competitively, but you're just playing around.
Casual fun deck, just for like things like thematically wise, it's just a cool card to have.
Yeah. And then next we have the Rush Duel Nintendo Switch game news. The main news is that they have a demo announced for this game. So if you guys are interested in playing this game, like to try it out, even if you just try the Rush Duels really, the demo will be coming out in July 2021. How you get the demo is, I believe, if you just make a Japanese Nintendo account and then make a second user on your Switch, you could link that to the Japanese account. You could go to the Japanese eShop and then just download the demo for free when it comes in July. We'll let you know when the release date for the demo comes, as we don't know yet, but stay tuned for that.
So far, all we know is that it's coming in July.
Yeah, we just know it's coming in July. And then next, for the final part of OCG bit, we have new reprints for Structure Deck Overlay Universe. So first of all, we have Xyz Change Tactics, which I think is like a staple in the deck. We're getting that as a reprint. We're getting Glorious Numbers, which is like a reborn for numbers if you don't have any monsters in your field. Not bad. We have Utopic Automatopoeia, and we also have Zubaba Bancho Gagagokote and Dododo Wharf Go 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 Love as reprints. I think those are like one of the staple cards of the deck, and the fact that I'm just happy that we're getting those in the deck, because those are easy, like 2 ofs or 3 ofs of each of those cards. And then finally, we also have the Automatopoeia and Automata Pickup spell card support. And finally, we also do have a Rhoda reprint again for this deck, which I thought is great. And then on to TCG. Let's first talk about the controversy, the big elephant in the room here. Platinum Blue Eyes White Dragon.
These immediately sold out by scalpers.
Yeah. Like, I think it was like, literally people say like, it was under a minute, it sold out for TCG. Under a minute. And people who did it, was able to purchase it, was put on their wish list, and they're just taken off their card. And meanwhile, for Europe, it didn't sell out in like 12 seconds like TCG did was. It actually took a few hours to sell out. So, not much scalpers there in Europe, but more in North America. So, just saying that. And they also put a backup. They also put a backup in sale in Europe. They did a second wave. I think, a few days after, I believe.
Oh, I was not aware of that.
Yeah, they did a second
wave. The amount of scalpers on this is going to be insane. So the price markup is going to be, I'm guessing it's going to be pretty high.
Yeah, I think it's either like minimum 3 times amounts of like 3K to like even 10K. It really depends on how this increases and whether Konami continues to produce them more. Because in their because in their printing they said this is the first wave. Like they didn't talk about limited release. They talked about they talked about the potential of like more waves coming in their like thing, but it's like very vague. So there's a chance.
I think what this means, at least in my interpretation, is different cards. So like the first wave might be Blue Eyes, second wave might be
Dark Magician,
and third one might be Red Eyes. We might get like Dark Magician Girls, the fourth wave.
Yeah.
Like, every like I don't know, couple of months, or not even a couple of months, probably like every like
year,
6 months, maybe once a year, they'll release one of these cards that's like very very high value. And maybe that is what the waves are technically meaning. We don't really know what like the wave, like is defined as. If it's like an actual like another printing of the exact same card, because it's not really a printing per se, because it's all metal.
Yeah, I bet if
This is like, I'm guessing these are stamped, so.
Yeah. They're for sure stamped. I think if there's a Dark British and Dark British Girl one, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for Dark British and Dark British Girl. So if it's Dark British Girl especially, I'll go for that card.
Yeah, like if anyone's a collector and wants to keep their like eyes on like cards like these, I would recommend like getting on top of it, because these will, like, even the next ones that come out are gonna sell out pretty quick.
Yeah.
Because scalpers are a thing. For sure.
But that's it for Masterpiece 1. Next is, so we didn't get to this in the last video, but we'll get to it now. Structure Deck, Cyber Strike, and Synchro Storm have had a delayed release. Cyber Strike was supposed to come out next month.
TCG.
Yeah, so Cyber Strike was supposed to come out next month for us. Probably, I think it's actually exactly a month from now. But now it's coming out on October 7th and October 8th for EU and NA, which is a long wait. So they decided to delay that. I kind of understood by that, because they also are releasing a structure deck this month, which is Obelisk and Slifer. Stay tuned for that. That's coming out this week. But so it didn't make sense to release it 1 month after that. So I understand the delay for it. I understand and I don't understand at the same time, because I don't see why they had to delay it. But at the same time, I see why they had to delay it for just like having something there for October, really. And then for Synchro Storm, that was supposed to come out next month as well, and it's not been delayed to not only this year but to next year. It's coming out January 21st.
Yeah. So anyone was hoping for the Legendary Duo stuff to be pretty impactful for your deck, you're gonna have to wait quite a bit more time.
Another 6 more months, another 6-7 more months until you can get that. But I think for those people that are waiting for that Speedroid support and the Lyros support, I think it's worth waiting, especially for the Lyros support, because again, this would make Lyrolusk a lot more stronger, like Trial Brigade Lyrolusk a lot stronger with these supports, especially with the supports coming out in Brothers Legend, which we're getting to right now. So Brothers Legends, we actually have the new design for the pack. It's all the Karibo brothers here, except for Babylon here, on the pack. I thought this was really cool, really cute. And we also have a few reprints covered. So that is Kree Babylon, Ba, Bi, Bu, Be, and then 5-Star Twilight, which are from Animation Chronicles, Dragonroid, Rebirth Judgment, which I think is one of the best reprints in this, one of the best printings over for this set, other than for Driven Droplets. We have Noble Knights Shieldbearer, Floral Noble Knights, Noble Knights Spearholder, and Centaur Miner to round out the new Knight support that we're supposed to be getting also in Duels Pack. And also Leo to PRA for those people that are trying to build a Utopia ZW deck. And the new Ignister support, FI Hiding Spirit, and AI Show. And then finally Forbidden Droplets reprint. And we know that's a secret rare, because we know the packs are going to be 4 ultras and 1 secret per pack. So I like that. I'm excited.
So, like, I'm pretty sure like everyone's going to try to pick this up, just because Forbidden Droplets is an insane reprint.
Yeah, Droplets is an insane reprint, and then, not to mention, you do have the new Ignister support, which are pretty decent. Like, one's just a Reborn, and then Rebirth Judgment is just a nice, I want to say it's a nice side deck card. Even main deck for some decks. So, I am fully sure this set.
Like, I'm going to say, like, this set is not going to be, like, this set is actually not going to be that bad, because as soon as the tins release, when we get the reprints for a lot of the Ignister stuff, like, Ignister is going to be very, very budget deck. So having these other cards for the, like, Ignister support, like, it's going to be nice.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And then next we have Burst of Destiny. What's big about Burst of Destiny is it was actually officially announced for TCG, and it's coming out in October 22nd of this year.
For me though, highly doubt that. I'm guessing this is going to be delayed again, so like...
I'm going to say it's delayed by 2 weeks. I think for main sets, they're kind of closer on the dot with their releases. Like, for Lightning Overdrive, they delayed by like a month.
Burst of like the other one, Synchro Storm, to like next year. But like, this one, I'm guessing it'll be like released. Honestly,
a month or two.
They'll delay it by a month. It'll be probably like end of November.
Or end of November, beginning of December. Because December, the only thing they have is like Hidden Arsenal, which comes out December 2nd, I think. But other than that, is like I think it'll be delayed by a month or like 2 weeks or something like that. Just like how Lightning Overdrive was. Because I think Lightning Overdrive was supposed to come out in May. I think like 2 weeks before Ancient Guardians or 2 weeks after Ancient Guardians. But then delayed it to like the first week of June. So I think this is either going to delay by 2 more weeks, or they're going to delay to just like mid-December and just have it like that, you know. But we'll see. No other new cards were announced for this set so far. We'll know more closer to the release of the set, because this set comes out in Japan in exactly 1 month from now, July 17th. So look forward to that. And then also we have a new TCG set that's been announced, and that is Maximum Gold El Dorado, a new Maximum Gold set with 10 cards and new variant artworks. So we know for sure that we're going to get the alternate art IP Masquerena and Nightmare Unicorn, and we're also getting Chamber Dragon Maid as a reprint in this set, which I don't know if, with this being a reprint of the set, I don't know if this card's going to get reprinted in the tins, because this is that they actually put that as a selling point, that Chamber Dragon Maid's in here, which is like a staple in almost every Dragon Link deck. It's also important to note that they've upped the amount of packs you're getting per mini box for El Dorado. So you're getting 4 packs of 7 cards each. I believe they gave you 3 packs. So they're giving you slightly more premium gold rares and the 5 gold rares per mini box. So it might be better to pick up at least like 1 booster box when this comes out, depending on the rest of the release cards. So because if they're doing the variant artworks, I believe they're just porting over what came out in Prismatic Art Collection, which means we're probably going to get the Prismatic, we're probably going to get that alternate art Destiny Hero Plasma, which I'm excited for if that comes out. We're probably going to get that and many other cards from that set. Yeah. Maybe an Invocation reprint, because Invocation was in Premium Art Collection. Maybe the new Red Eyes Black Dragon new alternate art that came out in Prismatic Art Collection. Could be that too. We'll just have to.
I love the OCG like alt arts imported here.
Yeah, we'll just have to see for that though. And then finally, for EU, they have announced a new Judge Mat, which is in the form of Dark Honest. So for people who are judging in the next future events for Extravaganza for EU or even YCS hosted by Konami, this will be the mat that you most likely get within the next month or two, starting like probably like July or August, to start getting these mats for judges. Which I thought, Dark Honest, I actually like this art style. It's really nice. So
the card's not that great, but the art looks sick.
Yeah, the card's not that great, but the art looks sick. But that's all we have for Yu-Gi-Oh! News for this past week. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe on this video. And if you guys, we'll see you guys next time. We'll probably do this again for next week if we have more news. And we'll see you guys for the next video this week. Later.
Later.